Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, we're gonna show you a replay on the I don't know what map it is. I don't really care what map it is. But what I'm gonna show you is a match with the Arado 234B2 and some comments I've got regarding matchmaker, battle ratings, and basic failure by Gaijin to actually think things through. Let's just be honest. Gaijin doesn't care about anything but tanks at the moment. They say they like this, they like that, they like the other thing. They're working on this, they're working on that. We've got new MBTs coming. Who cares? I'm tired of MBTs. Boats. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Whenever you get around to it, we'll evaluate that when it comes out. Can't do much about it if I'm not willing to spend, $40 for a boat that I only get to play once in a while. And I don't even get to play it once in a while. But planes have been around for over 5 years. And from your earlier game, Birds of Prey, the models for these planes have been around even longer. So you've already had a good idea of how to develop gameplay for these planes. This is where you're falling short, though. One of the things that you're doing, or not doing, as it may be, is paying attention to missions and battle ratings. Now, you just saw tracers going past my plane, and there's the thing I'm talking about mostly in the game. That's an F-84. And why, pray tell, is an F-84G, which didn't enter service until 1951, chasing down a Arado 234B2, which entered service in 1943. Now, I know there's somebody here that's going to get the wise guy idea of, it doesn't work like that. It just works on battle ratings and statistics. Well, guess what? Statistics be damned. You're talking about a plane that goes 460 miles an hour at its top speed, at altitude, is unarmed, and carries very few bombs. Going up against a plane that goes a max speed of 600 and some odd miles an hour, climbs better, gets an air start also, and is armed. And it's a fighter, not a bomber. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, but statistics, and I'm going to call you a basic, well, I can't say the word, because if I do say the word, somebody will want to censor me, and you know how that goes. But what it really comes down to is Gaijin is wasting a lot of people's time. The Arado 234B2 and the C3 for that matter should never be faced off against planes that were developed in 1949 on. Now, yeah, they should be able to go up against, something like a P-80 or a Meteor Mark III, but what we have happening is planes from all the way out in the 50s are going up against planes that are from World War II. And 1943 to 1950 time, the world changed a lot. Aerodynamics, everything changed. Engine power. So anything that anyone has to say about, well, they can handle it, really isn't paying attention to the game. And I really wish that Gaijin would take some time and figure it out. Yeah, I know Germany is going to be in trouble here because they don't have enough planes to actually be able to fill up the post-World War II era. But just because they don't have them doesn't mean you should be forcing post-World War II planes to fly against World War II planes. And yeah, that goes for the fake planes, the 262 C1 and C2, which may not have been fake, but for all intents and purposes were not realistic either. Now, that was a relatively short mission because it had so many of the F-84s in that lineup. Now, yeah, there were a couple of Brit planes involved in that, but still, you've got planes that just utterly outclass other planes, and in every way, flying against planes like my beloved Arado 234 B2. And that's something that needs to be addressed. Gaijin needs to spend a little bit more time paying attention to aircraft. Because if they don't, there are going to be a lot of people that are just going to walk away. Orange Doom. He's gone. He hasn't been back. There's a lot of players that are just walking away because Gaijin is not paying attention to aircraft. Not paying proper attention. Oh yeah, they add a couple of planes here, a couple of planes there. Big, hairy, layman deal. They need to start paying attention to missions. And I don't mean add another map with the basic number of ground strike targets and the 3 bases and the bomb out the base. That's horsepucky. What they need to do is start making interesting and realistic battle maps. And it's not the map's fault. It's the layout of targets and the layout of air bases. When you put air bases right on top of one another, it turns maps that are not bad into maps that are just obscene. Korea. The bases are so close to one another that you're on top of each other fighting within 2, worst case scenario, 3 minutes of match start. Now, for those people that are just junkies needing to get right in there and kill, 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 yeah, go away. Go back and play arcade, because that's where you belong, honestly. Realistic and simulator battles need to be looked after intensely because at this point they are putrid. They have become putrid. There is no variety. There's no anything. And you've got planes like F-84s that A, they get an air start, and B, they're almost 100 miles an hour faster or more than 100 miles an hour faster than planes they go up against. Which means they can engage and disengage at their leisure. So, Gaijin, stop being silly and start paying attention to battle ratings, start paying attention to missions, start paying attention to aviation in total. If you don't, it's going to die. And it's going to die a brutal, painful death. You can see I buy Eagles. I buy Eagles for one reason. So that I can get some enjoyment out of this game. I'm supporting the company by buying the Eagles. The company isn't supporting us. Now somebody's going to whip out that last little tick of, but it's a free-to-play game. Go away. Yeah, I know it's a free-to-play game. But just because it's free to play doesn't mean that I can't have an opinion. And my opinion is just as valid as anyone else's. I'm not interested in tanks, and ships look like an abortion, but aircraft that started the game have been neglected badly for a long time now. I would say on the order of about 3 years they have done nothing for aircraft. And don't say, oh, cockpits and first-person gunner view. They don't mean anything to the actual gameplay. They add a little bit of realism. Yeah, they do. But they really don't add a lot to mission parameters. We have too many missions out there that are nothing more than team deathmatch. And that's getting boring. So, Gaijin, pull it out and take a little bit of time and evaluate what's going on and think about missions. Or, if you can't do it, ask for people to do it. There are mission creators out there who are more than willing to do it. I don't have the resources to be able to do it, but there are people that do know how to do it. Ask them to create interesting, useful missions. Think about it. Game it out without using the game. Lay out a map, put down some air bases, put down some missions, put down some targets, put down some ideas. It can be done. It can be done quite nicely. But if you're not willing to do it, have other people do it for you. And make it a game for them. Make it an award-winning prize thing where they get an exclusive of something or another. And if it's aircraft that you're designing a map for, it doesn't become, here, you get a tank. Because somebody that's designing a map for air forces probably isn't that interested in tanks. And don't give them a ship either. That's something you guys are really going to have to work hard on. Because from what I've seen of the ship maps, they're horrible. They're absolutely abysmal. Because it's all arcade from everything I've seen. Well, this Subdude signing off. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and I'll catch you in the skies because I ain't going to catch you on the ground. Bye-bye.